Hello, John Riley here. China, potential friend or potential foe is the question. China since 1948 ensured a mild victory in the Chinese Civil War, and after power was consolidated became Asia's major military and political power. With Japan's absolute defeat by the Allies in World War II, the doors opened for a major power to take hegemony in Southeast Asia. Due to China's location, landmass, and population, and huge military now, China has become a major power in Southeast Asia in the 21st century. And China has become not just a world diplomatic and military power, China has also embarked on an ambitious space exploration program. And China has an abundance of wisdom gained over the centuries she is eager to share with the rest of humanity. This qualified wisdom has been honestly gained very often by trade and mercantilism with the rest of the world. Marco Polo showed the initiative when he traveled to China in search of foreign markets for West European goods in the 13th century. He also quickly realized China had an enormous amount of political wisdom to offer Western Europe. He sets down toward China in the 13th century, as I said. It's time for mess. You see, Italy, the Italian peninsula, was not a state, but it was a loose confederation of sea-states. It could perhaps be seen by political thinkers in Italy and Western Europe. It would be a practical economic move if the trade barriers in Western Europe could be partially eliminated. Could China be an example of political thought and practice we can learn from? That's the question. In present times and conditions, China is working with Western European allies and the United States to attempt to make our mutual home of Earth a fine habitat for all. Evidence of China's goodwill towards the United States is China, while being a permanent member of the United Nations Security Council, along with the United States, the United Kingdom, and Russia, is glad to work with us to make our world habitat a fine and safe, prosperous place for mankind to live, thrive, and prosper in. China abstains from blocking American diplomatic agenda and strategic goals in the Security Council and General Assembly. This policy of China not blocking the United States agenda in the Security Council and General Assembly is both a sign of friendship and practicality. And regarding trade between the United States and China is a sign that while China is out to prosper in our global economy, China can learn, make lessons in politics, international relations, and old-fashioned common sense from the United States and Western Europeans. Our friendship is true and mutually beneficial. Now, potential foe, adversary. The fact the peace treaty was never endorsed ending the Korean War is a far from positive result of the conflict. This occurrence is indicative of China's mistrust of the United States, the United Kingdom, and of Western Europe. Does China have animosity to the U.S. and UK and Great Britain for a defeat in this bloody conflict? I mean, the Chinese army may be recognizing they weren't on par militarily with the U.S. and deploying medium wave infantry tactics in this bloody conflict, and so being fought to a stalemate. This is ammunition for future conflicts in the United States, the United Kingdom, and Western world. They were not military competent, to be quite honest. And this stalemate is a victory because the state of South Korea does, in fact, exist in the 21st century. So it does appear like China would have genuine animosity towards us. As far back as the Ming Dynasty, these people have only memories of how they came in second place to the United States and the West in foreign trade, commerce, and military conflict. China lost the opium wars against Great Britain, and besides that, the actual humiliation of China, for China of South Korea's mere existence is a fact they have to live with. The last major battle of the Korean War was the Fair Battle Hook, fought by a battalion, 600 men, 4 companies of the Duke of Wellington's regiment. They successfully held off 4,000 estimated Red Chinese. This battle was a manifestation of Anglo-Saxon military prowess, not vice versa. It must be hard to live with such a defeat, because it is indicative of their incompetence as a military machine. Speaking of the Korean Peninsula, China is allied with North Korea. This country is one of the most backward, isolated states in the world. And since North Korea is off again, attempting to produce nuclear weapons, albeit without a modern and effective delivery system, clearly China has limited influence over North Korea's political and military agendas. And this lack of control over a potentially dangerous state is made obvious that China actually keeps the North Korean economy afloat by massive financial aid every year. It does look as if the North Koreans do just as they please. Maybe China wants to keep the North Koreans as a bargaining tool for the West. This might be a clever ploy of theirs. You never know, but you have to think things through in diplomacy. They have war, of course. And what judgment does it take to keep the North Koreans as allies, more than the fact of North Korea's strategic location? Since China has little direct control over them, the potential exists if the Chinese aren't keeping their own house in order. Protests in the United Kingdom have long been seen as a pressure valve by Her Majesty's government to release public discontent. Here's a tool the government can use to monitor and control the population for the good of all. The Gordon riots are an example in England. Leniency was shown by the British government and is still shown today in riots as it is in the United States of America, in their tacit but direct control of these events. Each country has developed a civilized approach to dealing with such contingencies. However, as the Tiananmen Square massacre in the 1980s demonstrated to the civilized world and to the Chinese people themselves, they have not only come so far as us in behaving in such matters. Ironic with the Chinese people having displayed such wisdom over the centuries. Of course, the leaders of the Chinese army are required to give orders to fire on the protesters. This is indicative of the Chinese army at the time not being restrained by the government, or was the government perhaps being influenced by the military. This course of action deplores the United States, the United Kingdom, and the tacit policy of China on how to deal with democracy. Put it down, in other words, they want to keep on and hold on power. At any cost. But it's only a temporary thing. The Chinese Bureau cracked on dissidents. The Chinese Bureau cracked on dissidents who were basically children and young adults simply expressing a natural human desire to have quality of life was savage and wrong, and not long-term thinking. But was the potential reaction of Western nations even taken into consideration? Maybe, maybe not. Maybe in the long term. It certainly was considered in the short term. With a huge amount of Western trade and commerce between the United States, the UK, and the Western world, it's obvious the Chinese government did not care that much at the time of what the Western world thought. These acts were economic suicide, therefore, because the Chinese government should have been able to realize the acts of murder to suppress democracy would be damaging to China's relations with the West, and the West is their major trading partners. It's all a matter of free trade. However, with a huge amount of economic commerce currently between the United States and the West with China, the past action of murder by the Chinese government to suppress democracy has been forgiven by the United States and the United Kingdom and the West. The Chinese government and military witnessed the Cold War being won by the NATO alliance. And both the Chinese government and the military must have that they can pull off the logistical and military masterpiece of the 1982 Falklands campaign. And then the United States, Great Britain and France deploying, attacking, and winning the two Desert Storm military exploits caused them anxieties probably. They saw they cannot do such a military endeavor. So we go back to these people thinking in terms of centuries in their relations with the West. For free trade purposes, as also evident, they again will come in second place in any military contest to be allies in the 21st century. So we'll wait for West out. They think, they'll say it. Tacitly they say it. They think in terms of centuries. And I don't see how the Western world can positively trust these people that far. That's my opinion. I'm sorry for being so direct, but I believe the news broadcasting service and editorials must be honest and direct. I thank you for listening to me. Good night. I'm John K. Robb.